Good evening and welcome to the press conference after the match Real Madrid Football Club Barcelona Lassa. We are with the coach, Mr. Bartzokas, who will perform an assessment of the match, and then there will be a set of questions as usual. Please identify, if you ask a question, your name and the company that you represent. Mr. Bartzokas, whenever you want.
Congratulations to Real for the win. For us now, the next game is important, like every game. We need to focus on the next game. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Bartzokas, please?
The ejection play. How have you seen that with Mr. LaMonica? Any comment? What happened? Because it was very strange, rare, and crazy. Thank you.
He was the star of the game. I don't want to tell anything. I couldn't help my team. I was in the locker room. So in this kind of game, I don't want to enter in this situation, to criticize the referees. I never do it. Even today, I have to avoid it. Sorry.
Rosilla, babel.com. Do you think that this game is your last game with Barcelona versus Real Madrid?
What kind of question is this? I don't think so. Very strange question, my friend.
Hello, good night. Manuel de la Torre, Diario AS. How do you feel with the situation and the elimination of Barcelona? Are you still motivated? Thank you.
You mean me personally or the team generally?
Both, me and the team.
Yes, of course. First of all, in ASB, listen, we have a difficult season. Many things happen in our team this year. Somehow we need to overcome and to go on. In EuroLeague, finally, we don't have the opportunity to play in the playoffs, but in ASB there is a bunch of teams, there is a group of teams with the same, more or less, victories and defeats. We need to prepare the next game for us, which is 2 days after, and then the Sunday game. This is always the process.
Looking ahead, next 2 months, I don't know what's more important. Maybe tactical, physical issues to prepare playoffs, or generating illusion to your own self and to the fans of Palau after this elimination. Thank you.
Listen, I think we already told many times about this new situation in European basketball in the new format. Whoever is a little bit realistic and can see the things how it is, he can see that with so many injuries that we had during the season, it's obvious that we couldn't find our chemistry. You can take example from other teams when they are losing 1-2 players, how they play. We had 12, 14 serious injuries. Even today, we play without Dolman, without Faverani. It's always like this. So it's not about how I feel, how we feel, and all this. This is our job. Somehow you need to overcome all the difficult circumstances and to go on. This is what I'm trying to tell to the players and to everybody. It's not about the environment in Palau, or it's not about this. It's just working hard and see the next game. Every season is not, as you know better than me, every season cannot be successful. Last year, in the playoffs, Madrid lost by 3-0 from Fenerbahce. Barcelona was out. Olympiacos was out of the playoffs. So all the teams are having bad time, and then they need to have a conclusion, they have to take lessons and to go on. This is what I believe.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? Any further questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Love makes me treat you the way I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for good, so true. Mama, ain't I good to you? Yes, I bought you furs for Christmas and a diamond ring, Cadillac car and everything. Loves make me treat you the way I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you?
Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a boy, that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you some cashmere's for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Mark 7 car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a boy, that's so true. Baby, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you some crazy sports shirts, you had your fling, a Mercedes-Benz sport car and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Dig me paying taxes on what I gave to you. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you?
It's Pablo Lasso's turn. Pablo, your assessment of the match whenever you can, please. Okay, good evening. First, to congratulate the guys for the win. I think the beginning of the match was very good, both from the defensive and offensive point of view. We were able to move the ball quite well, to find free shots, and that made it quite relaxed in the offensive game. And from the defensive point of view, we answered nearly everything they proposed from that moment onwards. In the second quarter, we were able to open the advantage with the 3 pointers, with the three and we left with a 14 points difference on the break, and their good performance on the third quarter was probably the part that we defended worse, those 3-pointers, but I think we kept on working. And we solved it, and we managed to get an easy win, which was not as easy with a team with this quality. I'm happy with the path of the team of the EuroLeagues. We're classified for the playoffs for some matches, and we wanted to have the advantage of the match. We are leading, and 3 days are missing. So I would like to congratulate the guys for the work that is started back in October. There are 3 more matches, and we expect to keep on competing all the way to the end, knowing that there's still a lot of competition ahead. Questions for Pablo, please? Hello, Pablo. Jorge Calabres from Bernabeu.com. Was it even bigger, the difference between both matches, than the score point said? Because it seems that Real Madrid controlled the match for the whole game, and sometimes they even play at 100%. I think we did quite a solid match, not a brilliant one, but a solid regarding the defensive point of view, with not many mistakes, being able to answer the situations that were proposed. We managed to get rebounds, more possession, and from the defensive point of view, we always wanted from an extra pass, try to find open players, and I have the feeling that we were able to have a lot of control in our game. There are some days that everything seems to be smooth and you go ahead and score, and from the viewer it's a lot more spectacular, but as a coach I'm quite happy with the seriousness we faced the match from the beginning. Pablo Espinosa for Somos Basket. I would like to know how Luka Doncic is, because he was limping in a moment. We knew that he had a bit of a problem a few weeks ago. So how is he feeling? I think it's been over 50 official matches up to today. That's a lot, really a lot. It's March, and we've played 50 matches. Obviously, it's very difficult for any team not to have any physical trouble, but we have a long team, and everyone can contribute to the team. I always talk about a team, and I don't like very much thinking that an injury could be an excuse. At the end of the day, it should be a work that starts in summertime, so we are all as fresh as possible and as in the best shape as possible. Of course, there are injuries, and in the case of Luka, it's true that it's a different problem. He was hit it close to the knee that was bothering him for a couple of weeks, but he didn't stop. He was 18, so I understand that the day we stopped him, he was pissed off, but we needed to. Today, in the break, he had a bit of a problem in the abductor, not serious. We talked with the doctors in the break, and they said there was no problem. I asked if he was okay, and he was. We'll see tomorrow, because of course in the heat of the moment he feels okay. We'll see tomorrow how he's feeling, but initially he's okay, although it's true that he was suffering a bit of an elongation in the abductor. Hello, Pablo. Good evening. Millán Cámara from El Español. Do you believe that Barcellona's spell could set the match? Thank you. Well, I don't think so. I think we already had the match well, and I'm not very worried about the situations that may happen from the other team. As a matter of fact, we talked during the break that this could motivate Barcelona. So I got the feeling of my team more than thinking about the situations they had. Obviously, they expelled Barcelona, 2 technical fouls, you have to go. But for us, the important thing would be not to get out of the match for whatever reason, and this is just another thing. From Baku, Barcelona, right now you have 3 more matches from the EuroLeague, plus 2 weeks of the playoffs from the EuroLeague. That's for 5 weeks of competition at a high pace. Barcelona has been eliminated and has 3 days, but with no competition, so we understand each other. I would like to know if thinking about the recovery, and I'm talking about Endesa ACB, could that be an advantage for Barcelona to have this long month and a half until the playoffs to recover? Or breaking these 2 matches per week dynamics could be a bit more of a problem. I don't know if you understand the question. I totally understand the question. I repeat, it's no one to talk about all the teams. I think Spanish teams made a great job in Europe. Unicaja and Valencia are playing the final of the Euro Cup. Basconians in the playoffs. Gran Canaria was in as well. So I have the feeling that the teams who played in Europe were quite competitive for the whole season, both in the Liga, Endesa Liga and EuroLeague. Facing what's happening, what you said is a good question, and I understand it has two things. You lose the pace of the competition, but you get more time to work and to rest. I think that's a situation that the team has to accept. And of course, think that there's competition for everyone playing in Endesa League. In our case, we wanted to play this amount of matches. That's what we wanted, so we're happy about it. But we know it's going to be the level we have ahead is demanding. Javier Rodriguez, Planet ACB, you said in the previous that the team was not in the best moment, but just because of results. I don't know if this was a sample of that the previous defeats, in spite of being defeats, is not affecting the growth of the team. And I would like to ask, how do you face traveling to Athens, being already classified? Obviously, I like to win, but I'm not a result-oriented coach. I try to assess the things the team does independently of the result. The easy thing would be, I won, I'm happy, that's it. And we lose, everything is awful, I have to change everything. That's not the way I work. I think we need to grow during the season regarding players, way of playing, defensive instances, things that you need to test, physical aspect this year, especially because of the amount of matches. We came from 2 months which were quite demanding. February we nearly never played in Madrid. In March we also had 2 complex trips, many matches in 48 hours. People who were a bit injured, people recovering from injuries. So situations we understand that's the way they need to be. But we try not to decrease our competition level. You may win or lose, that's the sport. But we try to have a competitive team which keeps on growing as a team. That's something I'm quite clear about. Regarding tomorrow, the answer is good for me. I think on Friday we have a EuroLeague match against a big opponent who's competing quite well. And I wouldn't understand that we as a team wouldn't want to step forward and we wouldn't try to win in Athens. I want to win all 3 EuroLeague matches we have. That's what I want. We may play better or worse. I'll be happy if the team performs well but loses. And I will think ahead. But if we win and I'm not happy with the team, I would also mention that. I think that's what we need to do. Keep on working, knowing that we have a lot of competition ahead, both in this league and the EuroLeague. Good evening, Pablo Nacho Tanens from OK Diario. I'd like to ask about Sergio Jules. He didn't play in the last quarter. The team didn't need it. But he's accumulating a lot of minutes. Do you have a plan now that the team is classified as head, so he has more of a minutes in a dosage in the rest of the matches? So I repeat, within the schedule, we nearly have to control individually our players. The amount of time they play, the amount of time they rest. That's compulsory, knowing the situation we're in. Right now, we're leading in the EuroLeague. We won the Copa del Rey. We have a playoff ahead. We want to close our classification with the playoffs for the Endesa League. So there's still a lot ahead. I would say that it's easy to say, well, yeah, you can rest now. I don't see that. I don't see that. I think you needs to maintain his competition level. He needs to keep on working, and we need to surveil individual situations, not just for Yule, but for everyone. I think that's something compulsory with this schedule, not thinking just about Yule, but about every single one of them, how to keep on recovering the best version so they can recover for the ones that is worst to get better, and the one who's better to be even better. That's compulsory, because what you want at the end of the day is for the team to perform well, not just you playing quite well or just another one playing quite well. If that damages the team, I don't think that would be fair. The most important thing for me is the team, ISS, or personal situations, but above any player is the team. Jose Vicente Arnain from Radio Nacional, you always talk about getting goals step by step, classification, head of the series. To be the first one is another goal at the level of those other two. And how do you value to be the leader? Well, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not that important. It has the value, the moral value of being champions on the first EuroLeague champion of 16 teams playing all against all. But as I don't know who's going to be 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, I think it's important what we achieved. I think it's important to be the first one, but less important than what we have already achieved, just to give it in a... The first thing would be to be in the playoffs, second to have the home advantage, third to be the first one. So everything has its importance, but we're talking about playoffs, and the way classification is right now, I think there's still many things open, many positions open. The 8th, and of course none until the first one. Okay, any more questions? So thank you.